Yesterday, you had the opportunity to talk about the concepts of always, sometimes, and never. And we are now getting into theoretical probability, as I mentioned to you yesterday. So first thing we want to talk about is that, reminder, probability is that chance that an event will occur. We want the number of favorable outcomes, or what we want to occur, divided by the total number of outcomes. We're first going to look at theoretical probability. And theoretical probability is what should happen. If it were a perfect roll, what would the outcome be? So if we take a look, for instance, looking at rolling a number cube. First step we want to do is determine the number of favorable outcomes in the event, what we want to happen. And we also then want to look at the total number of outcomes. So when we roll a number cube, our sample space is going to be either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, because we're only rolling one number cube. Well, that's 6 outcomes, so our denominator is going to be 6. We want the probability of rolling a 3. Well, that's 1 out of 3, so it is a 1 in 6 chance. When we talk prime numbers, remember, 1 is not prime or composite, 2 is prime, 3 is prime, and 5 is prime, therefore making a 3 out of 6 chance, which is 1/2, which, remember, we want to make decimal and percent as well, which would be 0.5% or 0.5 or 50%. And so, as we mentioned, set up the fraction, simplify, convert to a decimal and a percent. 1 out of 6 is going to be equal to 0.167, which is approximately 16.7%. It's not exactly, but it is a repeating decimal. Number greater than 4. In that case, 5 and 6 would work because 4 is not greater than 4. So that is a 2 in 6 chance, which simplifies to 1/3, which comes out to 0.333, because it's 0.3 repeating, which would be 33.3%. Moving on. If we have, in this example, 6 red marbles, 8 blue, 2 yellow, and 9 white in the bag, we need to determine our probability. The first thing we want to do is take our 6 red, 8 blue, our 9 yellow, and 9 white and 2 yellow, and add those up. 8 plus 2 is 10, 9 plus 6 is 15, 10 plus 15 is 25. So the probability of getting a white, well, there are 9 possible white to choose from out of the 25 in the bag. That cannot be simplified, so instead we'll turn it into a decimal. 9 divided by 25 is 0.36, which is 36%. For a primary color, if you know your art, red, blue, and yellow are primary colors. So then out of the 25, we want to take the 6 red plus the 8 blue plus the 2 yellow, which gives me 16 out of 25, which is 0.64 or 64%. Probability of not red or blue, which means anything but red or blue, which means I can get yellow or white, which there's 2 yellow and 9 white out of the 25, which is 11 out of 25. We cannot simplify that, so we get 0.44 or 44%. Now we want to use this spinner to calculate the probability. First thing we want to do is count up our number of spots. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Multiples of 3, remember 3, 6, 9 would be our multiples. That's 3 spots on the spinner. So that's 3 out of 8, which is 0.375, which is equal to 37.5%. Shade of blue or an odd Or means we're going to add. So I'm going to take these separately. Whoops, not 25, my bad. We are going to take it out of 8. If we want a shade of blue, this is a shade of blue, this is a shade of blue. This one's actually purple, but you could make the argument for blue, so we will go with 3 out of 8. Odd numbers. That means we could have 3, 5, 7, or 9. And so 3, 5, 7, 9, that's 4 out of 8, which gives me one problem. We have here a blue number, a blue, that is an odd. And so we can't double count it. We also have blue here, that's an odd. So we have to actually take this 7 out of 8 and subtract off those because we're double counting it. And so 7 minus 2 is 5 out of 8, which is 0.625 or 62.5%. Purple or less than 5. This is where this comes in, that this right here, purple or less than 5, that's going to be our purple one. So it is 1 out of 8. Less than 5, we have 4, 3, that's 2 out of 8. 1/8 plus 2/8 is 3/8, which, as we know from before, is 0.375 or 37.5%. Your job now is to go ahead and try this U-try problem. Enter them into Edpuzzle, bring your questions with you to class tomorrow.